Corsair has two variants of the Virtuoso headphone lineup. The Virtuoso Wireless we have received from Corsair is the standard variant, which has a couple of differences from the Virtuoso SE, which I believe should stand for Special Edition, in terms of the build material as well as the microphone. Apart from that, the next obvious difference is, of course, the price. The standard one comes at 799 ringgit Malaysia, while the SE at 899 ringgit Malaysia. Right out of the box, we already unboxed it. So you get the Virtuoso headphone itself, the removable microphone unit, which is connected using the mini USB port, the USB Type-A dongle itself, some paperwork, two cables. One of it is the USB Type-A to Type-C, which you can use it to charge the Virtuoso, or you can also use it as a wired USB mode to connect to your PC, and which means you get all the digital output from your PC to the internal DAC built into the Virtuoso Wireless. Now the next thing is of course the traditional 3.5mm audio jack, which you can use this headphone with your handphones and some other, let's say you have a higher end DAC, you want to use it. But do take note that you cannot use the microphone because this microphone is digital only, and if you want to use this 3.5mm audio jack, that's all mic. Out of the box, I am very impressed with the build quality of the Virtuoso Wireless. Even though this is not the SE version, which they have using all the full metal ear cups on this, nonetheless, the plastic on this thing is very solid. And of course, the hinges and the headband itself, even though they are made of some solid metal to it, it is still very flexible, and you can see from here. And of course, the downside of using this kind of solid and heavy material is that you get a very heavy headphones. And I'm sure this is like one of the heaviest headphones I have ever tested. One thing I don't like with this standard variant is because of the use of this kind of glossy plastic at the back. I'm not a big fan of this fingerprint magnet finish. The logo has RGB backlit illumination, and of course you can configure the colors and all the settings inside the Corsair iQ software, which we will discuss it at the later part of this review. Now, even though with, like as mentioned, is a very flexible ones, and the ear cup has 180 degrees of rotation, as you can see here. This allows a much more wider movements, and you can see, you can do it, things like this. So yes, it is comfortable to do this, and as you can see from the cushion over here, it's very soft, but I don't really like this kind of PU leather material. If you wear it for a short period of time, there's no problem, but if you wear it for more than 30 minutes or so, you will start to sweat, and it doesn't really feel good in that way. And of course, one thing I want to mention is also the headband is kind of short to my taste. I don't know, I don't really have a big head. Even for me myself, I have to use the maximum length of this adjustment. So I can't imagine if you have bigger head, you might find this a little bit too short for you, but who knows, right? But for me, I think it is a limitation. The controls are located at the right ear cup. There's a toggle switch to change between the wireless mode or USB mode. And there is also this volume scroll wheel. I think this is a very solid wheel, and it feels amazing to use it. There is no stepping in between, but you can feel the resistance to it, and every single small movement will translate to 2% in the Windows 10 volume adjustment. So all the physical connectivities are located at the left ear cup. So the Virtuoso can be charged through this USB Type-C port, or if you connect this USB Type-C port to your PC, you can actually use this as a wired headset, and your PC will treat it as a digital output. And of course, this also supports 3.5mm audio jack in case you want to listen to higher audio quality if you have better DAC, or you just want to use this headphone with your handphone. Now, here is a mini USB port which is used to connect this microphone, a removable one. It is interesting they use this way to connect this microphone over here, but not too sure why they choose mini USB as a connection method, because it also has this dedicated mic mute button. I'm not too sure, are they having a mini DAC inside here? No idea, but it is a very convenient one because for one, if you want to just use a headphone with your own better sound quality microphone, I think you can still remove it and doesn't really matter that much. And of course, the microphone sound quality is amazing. I will talk more about the quality later on. There is this LED. Green light represents that your microphone is active, or red lights when your microphone is muted. When it comes to the sound quality, we have tested the audio in 3 different modes: wireless mode, USB mode, and auxiliary mode. Now, before we step into my personal opinion on the sound quality, first of all, I have to tell you guys that how we perceive sound is very personal and very subjective. So take my statement as a grain of salt. My friends and I tested and was expected to have audio delays when gaming with the Virtuoso Wireless. To our surprise, they couldn't tell it apart from whether it is a wired or wireless mode. And this further solidifies the stance of having both convenience and usability is indeed possible. Of course, the sound quality is obviously lower than the USB mode when using the dongle. Well, I mean, when you're playing games, that all it matters is that you can actually listen to what's happening inside the game and what's happening when inside the Discord chat. Of course, when you trying to step up to the sound quality, of course the USB cable is always there for you to connect it directly to your PC. So yeah. Oh, by the way, not to forget, you still have this. So you have those 1,000 ringgits over DAC. Yeah, you can use this thing. Personally, when we switch over to the USB mode, I find it the sound to be more richer and something like that. Still, for convenience, wireless mode is still the better choice. As for the mic, throughout the whole MCO period, I have been using it for my online meetings. So some of my colleagues and friends thought I was using my higher end condenser microphone. Well, the point is, this is an excellent microphone even for something of this small size. Do keep in mind that it is best to not position the mic to somewhere too close to your mouth, because one thing is that it will also pick up your breathing noise and as all the pop sound coming from it. So speaking of which, it could have been better if Corsair has included some sort of pop filter or foam ball for the mic head. The Corsair IQ software is the comprehensive companion software for the Virtuoso RGB Wireless. You can configure different profiles that are linked with various different software or games. Each of the profile allows you to save individual equalizer settings or the lighting modes. I mean, personally, I believe the Corsair IQ software is pretty intuitive to use and full of customization. My only complaint would be the battery level indicator for the headphone is not shown as percentage. Instead, they just tell you that they have high, mid, or low battery. Well, I don't know how hard it is, but at least we still get a voice notification telling us that the battery level is low. At the official retail price of 799 ringgit Malaysia, that's a steep price to pay for a pair of gaming headphones. For me, I'm willing to pay just to get rid of the hassle to deal with all the cable mess on my gaming system. Well, on that side note, this thing also supports Sony PlayStation 4 system, which means that you can just plug this in into your console and you can enjoy the convenience of using a wireless controller and a wireless headset. The sound and microphone quality is excellent for gameplay and online communications. Many of the reviewers have stated that the standard edition of this microphone is actually better than the SE edition. Well, I don't know why. Maybe someone in Corsair's R&D mess up. Who knows, right? All in all, if you are looking for a easy to use and feature-packed wireless gaming headphone, the Virtuoso Wireless should be in your watch list. But I'm sure you will be using this headset for all your gameplays, even though the initial investment is kinda high. But I'm sure you will be enjoy all the, throwing all the cable mess aside. So that's all what I have to say about the Corsair Virtuoso RGB Wireless gaming headphones over here. Do let us know what you guys think of this headset. Leave them all down in the comment section below and we'll be sure to reply them if we can. And I'll see you guys in the next video.